Hello, everyone. Good evening. It is it is officially allergy season. If you in the South, at least, it's officially uh, it is allergy season. Okay, it is a mess. So I don't even know how to start this video. Honestly, it's not funny, you guys, at all. Um, it's just I talked about this and I got dragged, and so um, yeah, here we are. So I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about how single mothers are targets on the dating scene. I wasn't telling you that to make it seem like you won't be successful with your dating life just because you're a single mother. I think you could be actually very successful with your dating life as a single mother, but you cannot be naive. Okay. One thing that I would like to point out is that the dating scene changes every 6 months. So if you were dating last year and you stopped, it's not the same. If you were dating 6 months ago, the dating scene changes. Why does the dating scene change? I'm going to get into that once I play my intro because I forgot. So let's play the intro, you guys, and then I'll be back. Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Okay. So in an older video that I did, which was right before I went on break, I talked about how I would not tell a man that I have kids up front. Now, a lot of people took what I said the wrong way. And I feel like it has a lot to do with dating coaches grooming women to date rich men. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you, Jada. Thank you, Cynthia. Like I was saying, the reason why I said it, and I think the reason why people took what I said way out of context, was because there have been women on this platform previously that would coach women into dating as a single mom, trying to get a rich man. And basically, she was like, hide your kids. Do I have kids? No, I do not. No, I do not. But I do mentor single mothers. And I also have a friend that's dating a single mom, and I'm getting to know more about her as well, and her dating history and her dating story. All of these stories are kind of similar. So when it comes to some of the things that I say on here, I'm literally saying it as a cautionary tale. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but you cannot be naive. So when I said what I was saying, it wasn't so that you would hide your kids so that you can get you a man. It was so that you would not be preyed on as a single mom. And we're going to get into how. Like I was saying earlier, the dating scene changes every 6 months. It's not the same. So if you found a husband and you were able to be upfront with him and honest about how you were a single mom, you were listing off your child's name, you were able to list off their ages and their gender, and you were able to find a good man, that was when you were on the dating scene. The dating scene is not the same. It changes every 6 months. How? Why? Let's get into that. The reason why the dating scene changes every 6 months is because of culture, pop culture, politics. We can even get into religion. We can get into what's currently like the movement or the thing to do. And so I'm just going to keep it all the way real with you. As a single mother today, as of 2022, you are a target, point blank, period. And you need to be aware. I'm not trying to scare you out of dating. I'm not trying to scare you out of putting yourself out there, but I just want you to understand what you're up against. Now, me as a single woman, I have to be careful as well. It's just, it looks differently. So for me personally, I don't allow men to pick me up at my house. I don't allow men in my personal space. We always meet up for the first time in public, and I have to get to know you. And if I feel comfortable, then I will open up more. But I breadcrumb when I give out information. I'm just not an open book, you guys. And you can't be an open book because you don't know. And this is the thing. Just because you're a nice person does not mean the person that you're meeting is a nice person. Does not mean the person that you're meeting has integrity. It's great. And I feel like it's phenomenal that you are a woman of integrity, but some of these men are not. And so because of that, you kind of have to feed them, spoon feed them information, and not just feel like, here, you can have my whole plate. No, you need to spoon feed them information. And then as you spoon feed them information, you see how they react and you monitor their behavior. You monitor their, if they're consistent, you monitor if their personality changes, and it just takes time. It's not that I'm telling you, hide your kids, girl, so you can get you a man. I know some women on this platform have done that. That's not what I'm saying. If a man directly asks if you have kids, you tell them that you do, but you don't need to be listing off genders, ages, and things like that, because you don't know if this man is preying on you or not. So yes, you definitely have to check their reactions. And the reason why I'm saying all of this is because, like I said, single mothers are targeted. And you know, if certain men find out that you live alone and all of this, and you live alone with kids and all of this stuff, you guys, like, it could be similar to, I don't know if you guys have seen these shows on Netflix, but The Bad Vegan, I watched that while I was on break. And what was the other show? Oh, The Tender Swindler, which we talked about. I watched that. But some of these men date to prey on women. Thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the compliment. I don't want you guys to be afraid of anything, but we just have to be realistic. So let me pull up this video. Now, thank you for the women that had my back. I do appreciate you guys for sending me this information, because honestly, I didn't know nothing about this. It was actually sent to me because someone was saying that I was talking about this. And like I said, I got dragged. This information because honestly, I didn't know nothing about this. It was actually sent to me. I got dragged. Literally. And I was like, dang, I'm trying to help y'all out. How I get dragged? But anyway, I got dragged, and some of you guys, y'all know my character, so you knew exactly what it was. You knew I wasn't trying to influence nobody to be a liar, or a woman that doesn't have integrity, or a woman that's trying to manipulate her way into a man's life. I was simply telling you guys these things because it's for safety reasons. That's it. But now it's coming out of the horse's mouth. So we're going to react. Well, I'm going to react to this guy that you guys sent me in my DMs. And he was basically saying single mothers are targets. And he goes into how or why. So let's get into it. And I really think this has a lot to do with the culture shift. Like I said, the dating scene changes every 6 months. It's just culture. So let's look to see what he has to say.
You're a single mom, you're a target. And that man might not be targeting you for you. Didn't you say you have a daughter? Didn't you say you have a son? When you start dating a man, the man don't need to know nothing. except I have a child. Oh, yeah, a boy or a girl? I'm really not comfortable telling you that. Oh, well, why not? Why you don't want to tell me? It's not that big of a deal. Why are you pressuring me to tell you? I have a child. How old is your child? Not comfortable telling you that. If you tell a man you're not comfortable telling him something, that should be the end of that discussion. He should switch the topic politely, respectfully, because he respects the fact that you're not comfortable to tell him that. He respects the fact that you don't want to answer that right now. How do men really feel about single mothers? Well, you want a family dynamic. You want a family dynamic. That's what you want, right? I'll pretend to give it to you. Yeah. When you finally get comfortable with me and I'm around your child, I'll manipulate your child into believing that they actually have a stepfather. But I really don't care about your child. As a matter of fact, if your child falls down the steps, it's not my fault. It's really not. You thought I was really gonna watch your child? People make it seem like I'm really sitting on here just really like making men seem like they're demons, but really think about it. Do you think a man that's not the father of your child is truly gonna sit there and play into the full and complete role of the child as if he really is the biological father? I think not. You have a body on you. I'm tolerating the child because I want to keep sleeping with you. And you're gonna let me keep sleeping with you because I'm giving you love and I'm playing catch with your son. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting on Disney for your daughter. She watching Disney while I'm playing catch with your son. Let's be for real. Is there a man out there who's going to love you for you and actually fit into that piece to be that stepfather and be a good stepfather, a good father to your child? Yes. Yes, there is men who have no problem being a stepfather. There is men who is good men. There is good men. Don't get me wrong. No, I'm not going to put your hopes all the way down. But unless you got a shovel and a way to negotiate with the devil, it's going to be hard to find them. Good luck. So a lot of you women and ladies.
Now, you guys, I'm not doing this to be mean. My intentions behind this is to not only keep you safe, but your children safe. Like, this is serious. Okay. I didn't say it so you could get a rich man. I didn't say don't tell a man that you don't have kids so you could just get you a man, or hide your kids. You should be ashamed of the fact that you have kids. No, these men today are very different, y'all. And the way they think is very off. So because of that, I just don't want you to be naive and think just because you're forthcoming, you're trustworthy, you're a woman with integrity, you're a nice person, that you're meeting someone that is just like you. The reality is you may not be. And so, like I said, I'm not saying that you should lie. If a man asks you a direct question, you should always be honest, but you don't have to go into detail. I always tell women, if you tell a man that you have kids, it should be by either the second or the third date. If I have kids, it would be by the third date. And the reason is because I need to evaluate this man good enough for him to know that I am a woman with a child. Because the way they target women, single mothers particularly, is they try to be the family man. They're quick to jump into talking about the future, and they're so willing to play this act, this role in your life that you quote unquote are missing, that your kids are missing, and things like that. It's not that you shouldn't tell them that you have kids or that you should be ashamed or anything like that. You have to vet these men enough in order for them to even be worthy of this information. And you should always keep it real. You should always keep it honest with them. If you have to pull up these articles and say, well, the reason why I didn't tell you when I first met you was because of situations like this, just keep it real. Just be honest. He can't fault you for that. You're a whole woman out here trying to date. So if you got to pull up these articles to show him, and I'm going to get into it. There's 2 stories that I have in this video tonight. If you have to pull up these articles to let him know that, hey, this is why I didn't tell you. Hopefully it doesn't change things and things like that. It's just, it is what it is. These are the times that we live in. Times are changing. You can't be so open about everything when you first meet a person, because they may very well weaponize the information that you give them against you. And that's what I don't want. That's it. It just starts there and it ends there and it doesn't go any further. But we're going to continue. We're going to continue so that we can see what else he has to say, because it's coming from the horse's mouth, you guys. And it's sad. You know, it's what we should really be focusing on is, why do we as women have to do this? Why? Like, this is ridiculous. But if I was a mom and I'm out here trying to date, I would not even play no games when it comes to this. I wouldn't take my chances. I would just do what I would have to do. Now, the reason why I say tell a man by the 2nd or 3rd date is because that kind of gives you enough time to feel a person out. But again, if they ask you on the 1st date if you have kids or not, just go ahead and tell them. And then when you reach a certain age, I would say like after 25, most people have kids anyway. Most people. But if the conversation is not brought up, I wouldn't offer that information up until you feel comfortable about the person. And only you can make that decision. And really, your comfortability should come in, okay, you know enough about this person. You know enough to where you feel comfortable letting them know that you have kids. And honestly, if it's the 2nd or 3rd date, I would just say I have a child, and that's it. I wouldn't give an age. And I wouldn't give a gender. And I'm going to get into why later, but I would just say I have a child or I have kids, and that's it. And if they have a problem with, oh, well, you don't want to tell me if it's a boy or a girl, let them know. Just be honest. I don't feel comfortable giving you that information yet. Just know I have a child. Just know I have children, and keep it moving. That's it. And you don't owe men anything. You don't owe them anything. You don't owe them more information. Now, you were truthful, you were honest, but you don't owe them details about yourself or your life until you personally feel comfortable. Okay. But let's see what else he has to say.
Deal with men that make slaves out of y'all. Deal with men that make slaves. So a lot of you women and ladies deal with men that make slaves out of y'all. A lot of y'all deal with men that make sinners out of y'all. A lot of y'all deal with men that introduce y'all to hell. And you still alive. Breathe. Just breathe. He got you doing things you never would have thought you would have did. He got you lowering your standards and your morals and your values. You never thought you would do that. He got your mindset working in ways that you tried to avoid. A lot of y'all deal with these men, y'all be alive. Y'all heart be beating, but y'all be dead. Y'all be dead. Y'all get to this point because y'all give him a certain amount of trust. Y'all give him a certain amount of, authority. See, the one thing about letting the man lead, the connection, the relationship, the spiritual connection, the chemistry, is that he can lead you anywhere. And a lot of you women believe in love and love and love what love is and love what love means. So you allow a man to lead. Except he leads you into demons. Y'all think I'm talking BS, but think about the woman that's in abusive relationships. Think about the woman that's trying to lose weight because their boyfriend is like, I'm gonna leave you if you don't lose weight. Think about the woman that's getting cheated on, but they got nowhere to live, so they got to stay with that man. Think about the woman that's getting drugged up every night because he want to use her body in whatever way he want to use her body. And he know that if she completely sober, that what he doing is not okay. I mean, she know that regardless. But she ain't got no family. Think about the woman that's struggling to get a restraining order against her baby father in full custody, but the judge not allowing it. It's not women's fault that they go through what they go through with men. But unless you got a shovel to dig out your soul that they didn't buried and to deal with the devil for him to release it to you, y'all won't be the same.
Okay, now we just getting started. We are just getting started. He did not lie. He did not lie. And I know a lot of us have been introduced to the devil or demons just because we simply decided to deal with a guy because we love and we love to love and we want to be in love and all of this stuff. But it's so true. Basically, the message is to slow down. Slow the hell down. Take your time. Take your time. There is no rush. There isn't. And if you feel like happiness is through a man, you need to find it in yourself first. So you're not in a rush. So you're not desperate. So you can't get taken advantage of. That's the message. The message is to slow down. Please slow down. So you're not out here making a wrong turn that could lead you very well to a demon. And I'm so serious because it happened to me. I sure did turn right into a demon. Slow down. Take your time. Love on yourself. So you're not out here getting screwed over or worse. Wow, remind me the guy who tried to manipulate me into being okay with him frequently going to the strip club weekly, saving women's pictures from IG, etc. And you know what? Somebody says, slow down, sit down. Yes. Thank you for the super chat. But another thing that I want to point out, y'all know how, I don't know if you guys know Jada Wade and Lil Baby, but most people do. Most people know Jada Wade and Lil Baby. Lil Baby been cheating on Jada Wade for I don't know how long. I have no idea how long. She cheats with some text messages. He drops her. Doesn't even think about it. Now, I found that to be inspiring. I did. Because I'm like, wow. You know, men, they're selfish. They're self-centered. They don't compromise. They don't lower their standards. They may have weak boundaries when it comes to sex, but that's the only weak boundary that they have. I was actually inspired by Lil Baby because I'm like, dang, he really did pack up his stuff and drop her like it was nothing. Now, why is it that we as women don't have that same type of self-respect? These men will drop you so fast and you will hang on to them for dear life and they dogging you out. Now, that don't make no damn sense to me. He dropped her so fast. So basically what I'm saying is start really evaluating what you allow and what you tolerate. Because I guarantee it, if it was reverse, that man would drop you in a heartbeat. He wouldn't even think twice about it. So why are you so hung-go on holding on to someone that is doing you dirty? I could understand if you was holding on to someone that was doing you right, but you hold on to someone that's not really for you. That doesn't make sense to me. So I don't feel like you guys should be mad at Lil Baby. If anything, you should be inspired. I'm very inspired by men. They don't compromise. They don't bend even in the slightest, you guys. Maybe sexually, but that's it. Then they always put themselves first. Unless they are sure of you, You come second. Women, we could be unsure of a man. He come first. No. These men that are unsure of you, you come very last. You'll be lucky if you get a text back. You get what I'm saying? Very inspired. They don't compromise. If you don't meet them where they feel like you need to meet them, they'll drop you. They won't even be interested in you, like at all. That's why they have these weight requirements, hair requirements, and everything like that. And if you don't meet them, they will not date you. So what does that tell me? As a woman, that tells me like, wow, I'm really inspired. I should really take a page out of their book. They have self-respect. They know when to put themselves first. They don't make anyone in their lives a priority unless it's mutual. I mean, women, we ladies, we really need to wake up with this, because I'm like really looking at it and I'm like, well, damn, why the hell? And you know what? It's not our fault 100%, simply because a lot of us are groomed to accept this, to tolerate this, to allow this. But you know what? You have the power to change that, because it does not sit right with my spirit that I would tolerate or allow something a man would not allow. The man that I'm dating would not be okay with cheating. I'm not okay with cheating. If he don't want me to cheat, I don't want him to cheat. We respect each other. It's not lopsided. And that's what she ended up learning. She was in a lopsided situation. Lil Baby had self-respect. Not enough to keep his penis in his pants, but enough to where Jada was texting somebody else and he drops her. It's just something to think about. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. She's just texting somebody. He dropped her over a few text messages. That's crazy to me. I hope they were sexting at least. I don't know. I wonder, will the internet ever find out what those text messages read? I wonder. Because I'm interested in knowing. Okay, let's get into these stories though. The next thing that I want to talk about is this Texas man who used dating apps to target single moms to get to their children. So let's pull it up. Let's start it over. Okay. So, and I have two stories. I have a story out of Texas, and then I also have a story out of Florida, I believe. But basically, this is like similar to a Tinder swindler, but this one he was a child predator. So a man used dating apps to target single moms to get to their children, police say. He went by the name Harley, which is not his actual name. It's not his real name. So let me go ahead and play this for you guys.
On dating apps. And investigators say they think he may have been hunting for more victims at the time of his arrest.
They tell us when he would talk to these women, he'd ask to spend time with them and their kids.
Brittany Ford is following this story for us. And Brittany, deputies believe there could be more victims out there?
Well, Xavier, that's right. They do believe that there could be more victims out there. And they're really hoping by putting his profile and his picture out there that any of these potential victims will have the courage to come forward. This dating profile under the name Harley, sheriff deputies say Epifano Jimenez was using to meet women online who had children.
Juvenile made an outcry that she was sexually assaulted by the suspect. The victim's mother reported that to law enforcement.
Lieutenant Scott Spencer with the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says the victim's mother had met Jimenez online using the Zeus dating app. Spencer says Jimenez was located shortly after the report was made, charged with aggravated sexual assault of a child.
We can say that the sexual assault occurred several years ago. So there is the potential that this was over years of time that he's been out there doing this.
With the growing popularity of online dating.
For a woman who has children, there is nothing wrong with going online and trying to meet somebody and connecting, but establish a plan, establish boundaries.
Cha Win with the Houston Area Women's Center says it's important to do some homework on the person you're meeting. She also suggests having a conversation with your children, creating a safety plan.
If anything goes wrong, planning for things like a code word, telling them it's okay to share a secret if they're not comfortable, and recognizing those signs of abuse.
Investigators working to help any other potential victims.
Based on some of the other evidence that we have through digital evidence and so forth, we believe that there could be other victims out there that Mr. Jimenez may have hurt.
Now, deputies are asking anyone that may have met Jimenez online or if you may have any contact with your children to call the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office immediately. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, just a disturbing story. Brittany, thank you so much.
Dietrich Gay of Detroit being called a serial child rapist, his victims as young as 3 years old. Police say he'd befriend or date women only to gain access to their children.
It's heart-wrenching. It's sickening. I mean, when you read these reports of these children, these babies being taken advantage of.
5 victims under 15 years old, as young as 3, little girls and little boys, allegedly sexually abused by Dietrich Gay.
The state of Michigan versus Dietrich DeMonte Gay.
28-year-old Gay, who has not been cooperative with Detroit police, in court last Friday, visibly distraught as a judge handed down his charges.
These are very serious assaultive allegations.
The victims appear to be family members of girlfriends or acquaintances. And this individual has an opportunity to be alone with these children, and he's taking advantage totally.
Captain Kimberly Blackwell with DPD's Special Victims Unit says his crimes span from 2021 to early this year and happened in the areas of the 8th and 9th precincts. Nothing specific given about location to protect the victims.
Many of us have our own children, and I always say that you look at every case as if this is your family member.
Gay came on DPD's radar a couple months ago after one of the alleged victims was seeing a counselor and revealed to them the alleged sexual abuse. After that, investigators pieced together this tragic story.
We're going to ensure that he's going away for a very long time.
Dietrich Gay apparently has a lengthy criminal past when it comes to domestic violence. This is the first time he's been charged with criminal sexual conduct. Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Y'all, I topics like this bother me because sexual abuse is something I've dealt with, and so it's a lot sometimes. But I had to bring it to my platform, you guys. I'm not telling you hide your kids because you're ashamed that you're a single mother. That's not. I'm telling you to hide your kids because you need to protect them while you date, literally. I'm trying to think what else. Really, that's it. And like I said, I think earlier that just spoon feed men information. You don't need to give them so much of yourself so soon, so fast. Just slow down. That's all I ask. Slow down. Seriously, it can change a lot. And I know, you've heard stories where women were able to meet a man and tell her whole life story, and he didn't take advantage of her. But that's not going to be the case for the majority of us. And so because of that, spoon feed a person information, spoon feed a man information. If he asks you on the first date that you have kids, you don't have to tell them their age, and you don't have to tell them their gender. And then also, honestly, oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. What was I about to say? God, I hate talking about this stuff, y'all. It don't sit right with my spirit. It don't sit right. A 3-year-old, they don't sit right with my spirit. I'd be under the jail. I would be in jail. Do you hear me? I would be in jail doing jail time. And if you would see if you saw my face on your Fox 4 News or whatever news station, you would see me smiling behind that camera. You got me messed up. Please protect your kids. That's what it's truly about. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Okay? And what women need to understand is, especially single mothers, just because you get a first date don't mean you're going to get a second one and a third one. So that's why it's just best to hold off on some details pertaining to your life, because you may not even get a second call back, you know? It's just like when you go in for your first interview for a job, you may not get a call back. It may be the other way around. He may not get a call back. Maybe you don't like him. I don't know. So just slow down, because if you go on the first date and you tell him every little detail about yourself, he may mold himself into the perfect guy just so he can prey on you. And that's what I don't want. So it's just slow down. If the man asks you a direct question about if you have kids or not, or if you still want to offer up that information, don't tell them genders and ages. Don't, please, because you don't know what people's motives truly are. Don't tell them the ages. Don't tell them the genders. Just say you have 2 kids or I have a child and keep it at that. I think that's it, you guys, for tonight. But I will be coming back tomorrow because I wanted to talk about Mean Girls. No. Not tomorrow. I'm going to do that video though. But there was, I'm trying to look for the video. I think it was called Central something. Somebody sent me a DM and they wanted me to react to this show on YouTube. And it's titled Trend Central, and the video is titled How Can You Be Pregnant? I don't know. Now, it's a full episode. This will go on my Patreon. It will be for my Patreon members, but if you catch it live, it will be for free. But you'll have to catch it at the beginning. But it's from Trend Central, and it's called How Can You Be Pregnant? Full disclosure, episode 1, and then they have 2 parts. So if you're interested in that, I will be back on here tomorrow. I will be going live. If you catch it live, it will be available. It will be free. If you miss it, it will be on my Patreon, so don't worry about it. But I don't know. Have you guys heard of it? Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up so you guys can see. Let me play a little teaser. Why not? Let me play a little teaser for you guys. It was similar to another show that I had. I don't know if it's the same show or what, but it was similar to another show that I reacted to with you guys. But let me play a little teaser because it looks good. That's all I can say. It do look good. Wait a minute. Am I sharing it? Okay, here we go. Again, it's titled How Can You Be Pregnant? ? Okay.
That you can be better at, but it's like one thing and you're out the door. I haven't come here for this. I'm not going to get violated, and I have to set a standard. If I let that slide for the whole week, my shit's going missing then.
When people think you're weak and you physically can't like handle yourself, that's when they take the piss.
The key is just taking that little step out of your comfort zone.
I miss my daughter a lot.
This is why I say people don't like you.
That's cool. I know why I came here. I didn't come here to like you or like the next girl. I'm too cute.
You already started. And you're not that cute.
Did Jericho just touch me? Let me tell you something. Let me
I
tell
definitely
you
did.
something. In
definitely
your
did.
life.
I did
In
already.
your life. In light of the altercation that happened yesterday night, we have decided to send you ladies on a wellness retreat.
Those girls do not like me. No matter what you say to them, they will never like me. All they can do is come to my face and be fake. Girl, I opened up to you. I literally sat down and opened up to you. I trusted you. You could have defended me in a different way. Defended me in a different way. I don't care.
No, do you care about your
No.
child?
I need to
What do you
get
mean
to
you
that.
Okay, you guys, first, let me give you a little backstory. That was a preview from a different show. This right here is the actual show. So let's continue. I'm just going to play about maybe like 2 minutes. So this is the actual episode. And like I said, it's titled, How Can You Be Pregnant? Now, I think I reacted to this before, like a different episode or special or something like that. But let's continue. The YouTube channel is called Trend Central, for those that are wondering. Trend Central.
I need to get to that because you don't understand it.
I just want to know where you found the time.
I never had nothing else to do. What? Because I don't feel sentimental feelings towards people. That's
No, not towards people, for your own flesh and blood.
like I said. There was you and all these other side bitches that I didn't give a fuck about. Many people could say, "Rah, like you met my mom, you met my family." I didn't give a fuck about their family. Like I said, I'd go to people's house, look at their mom right in the eye, and be like, yeah. And these times I don't give a fuck about their daughter or nothing else, and I still don't. Yeah.
Go on.
But during the second year we was together, like there was somebody that, like I said, citing, not you up there, not the two below that I just kept there as a consistent link. Below that, I had a few other consistent links. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I say consistent links, I mean in the sense that I didn't even really like these fucking people. I might just have them around because one has a banging body. One might be a light-skinned thing with green eyes. Another one might have a Jamaican accent and she's kind of thick. These people don't
Just
mean
disgusting.
but these people don't mean shit to me. They probably thought it was way more than it was because like I said, I'd meet these people's parents. I was seeing someone I was like 40 years old and like I met her fucking daughter. Like I'd meet people's whole families and I didn't give a fuck about their family. And I can say that confidently and I could look in the camera, I didn't give a fuck about them.
Her daughter?
I'd meet people's kids, I'd meet people's mums, their grandparents. I didn't give a fuck about these people.
I don't understand why you think that's okay to be going around seeing all these people. Like, you told me that it makes you feel, what would you say? I don't know, like it's your purpose or something like that.
When I'm not achieving anything else, the fact that I could get gal was the only thing that was an achievement to me.
Okay, but that still doesn't make sense.
Why is it that I can meet people's parents and not give a fuck about that?
All of it.
The reason
all
I
of
could,
it.
it's not hard.
Being able to meet so many people, for what reason? You find it disgusting.
Looking back at it, yeah. But at the same time, the reason, if you're asking me why I didn't give a fuck about these people and their families and anything like that, you know me well enough to know that I don't give a fuck about my biological mom. I don't give a fuck about my dad. I don't care about these people. My brothers, I don't give a fuck about these people. The only reason I even gave Christine, who's my biological mom, a kiss on the cheek is because I saw you communicate with her and you made me see her like somewhat of a human being.
Y'all, what y'all got me watching? Somebody sent this to me. I didn't do any homework yet. Like I'm like, y'all told me to tune in. So I'm tuning in. I'm like, girl, this is a lot. Okay, so we don't say that's for tomorrow. I had to do a more serious video tonight, but it is called How Can You Be Pregnant? Full Disclosure, episode 1, part 2, and it's on Trend Central here on YouTube. Yeah, he sounds like a psychopath. Okay, that's what he sounds like. But we're gonna get into it. I don't mind. This is what y'all over there dealing with in the UK. I thought foreign men were better. So this is what y'all over there dealing over. This is what y'all dealing with over there in the UK. This is crazy. That's crazy. And she pregnant? Woo. So yeah, we're gonna get into that tomorrow, you guys. It will be on my Patreon. And I'm gonna see you guys then. Please give this video a thumbs up. Share this with a single mother. Please share this video with a single mom. And you guys stay safe. Keep your kids safe, please. And on that note, I'm gonna end this live. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, Trend Central. We're gonna get into that video. Okay. It already got me like, girl, what's going on? You know, I'm already invested. So we'll continue it tomorrow. You guys have a nice night. Bye, guys.